What would happen if we started talking to babies normally instead of using the baby voice? The funny high-pitched, sing-song tone we use with babies is sometimes termed motherese, but is more properly known as child-directed speech. N.M.Wikipedia.org Wiki Baby Talk. Contrary to what many here think, it is known to improve speech acquisition. It is apparently better at gaining and holding the attention of the infant, and it likely helps baby picking up the words faster as you exaggerate the speech slightly. They are able to make the connection between sounds and facial movements. It is also common in many languages. Some of the baby talk, which is use of simplified language and repetition, is also helpful. Using pretend words is discouraged, however, you want them to learn real words. Babies like high-pitched fun sounds. It's natural to want to make your baby smile, and you're not going to do that by asking them about the weather in the same tone you'd ask your coworker. But as they start to develop language skills, you should start talking to them in a fun way, but with more accurate pronunciation and grammar. They'll learn to speak faster and easier that way and develop a better vocabulary early on, which will propel them through early elementary school and beyond. Treat kids with respect. They are just trying to learn. Acting like they are stupid or they won't understand a topic will create a stupid kid who doesn't understand the topic. There seems to be some confusion amongst this thread as to what we all agree is baby voice. Some are thinking it's going goo good gaga, while others are thinking it's just using real words in a higher pitch doing song voice. Depends on whether you're displaying affection. There's an irritating baby talk vs a gentle timbre to give your child a sense of safety. I did it with my children. Talks to them the way I talk to everyone. Everyone says my both kids have a big vocabulary and talk very well for their age. Yeah, there's actual science behind why baby talk is important, and it's not just for fun. It actually helps babies learn. For example, researchers at the University of Washington did a study in 2014 where they recorded parents talking to their babies using both regular speech and baby talk. They found that babies who heard more baby talk had bigger vocabularies by age 2. The key was how engaging baby talk is when parents used a sing-songy tone and made eye contact. Babies paid more attention and learned words faster. This showed that baby talk isn't just cute, it's like a shortcut for helping babies pick up language. So yeah, it's pretty proven that baby talk makes a difference. For evolutionary reasons, infants respond more positively to female and higher-pitched voices. The meaning of goo goo gaga versus how are you feeling today, Robert, is irrelevant to a child just learning to make sounds, but exaggerated sounds, seemingly silly repetition helps them learn to imitate sounds. If you want to read a baby War and Peace in a normal voice to an infant, go ahead, but a child exposed to baby talk will engage more readily and learn to form the sounds of speech more quickly. They pick up the language more quickly. They develop faster, it's been proven. They learn to speak properly earlier. Shall grandma do it? Is just confusing them when you don't speak that way to other people. I started dating my now wife when her nephew was 2.5 and I spoke normally to him because I was never really around little kids. Now he's 15 and he actually likes to visit us because we just speak to him like normal people. Of course, he's still 15, so his conversations are about UFC, skateboarding, and fire, and he still gets embarrassed if my wife asks him for a hug. I do, however, now speak to my dogs in baby talk, but only inside the house because I don't want people thinking I'm crazy. Plus the dogs' conversations are not that good. I'm not answering the question. I know, but the real issue is that some first-time or even long-time mothers read these things and take them to extremes. The high pitch is a very good example. It does not mean the highest tone in which you can speak. It means higher than your average tone of voice, as if you were really happy or excited, slightly over-exaggerating your normal human emotions. The same goes for volume or pitch, just slightly above your normal to let the infant know more easily that you are speaking to them. Babies engage very happily if you use clear, well-enunciated, and happy tones. If you hold a newborn close and speak to them, their eyes will move from your mouth to your face and back again as they take it in. They cannot understand you yet, of course, but if you use real words instead of babbling, speak to them often, respond to their vocalizations, are expressive with your mouth and face, and use a gentle and happy tone, they will happily engage and acquire language with you. In other words, yes, it's good to speak like a mess. Rachel to your baby. They like it. No, it's not good to babble fake words at your child or mispronounce words or call things by made-up childish names. We did that. We didn't use a baby voice. We used a softer voice and regular grown-up vernacular. We used the correct terms for everything. Body parts, feelings, clothing, everything. I don't know that it had any effects. Although our child has always had a vast vocabulary. Well, our kids developed faster than the neighbors' kids and started talking earlier. Highly subjective and anecdotal, but we never used baby talk. Our neighbors made up a bunch of fake words like chicky chick instead of chicken, and yucky yuck for spinach puree, wawa for water. I kid you not. Those kids are now 14 and 5 and have a bunch of grammar problems, still use wrong words from time to time. American parents use mother ss for far longer than English parents. This means that American children develop language quicker. However, we all level out to have similar language development by a certain age. Not much difference really, just slower development up until a certain age. Not making much of a difference in the long run. I do this. I'm a nanny for a 2.5-year-old and have been talking to her like she understands everything I say since I met her at 5 months old. Presume competence is a motto I try to follow. Her vocabulary is utterly astounding. She says new words and creates new sentence combos multiple times a day, all day long, with words I had no idea she'd ever heard before. And her parents have the same experiences because we talk about it. Like, have you ever used this word with her? In an excited, curious way, I started with her way before she could talk, and her progress is just mind-blowing to watch. I noticed the same in previous children I nannied for 4 years. Kids are just small humans. Why wouldn't we talk to them like they understand us? My mom spoke to me like an adult, and I spoke like an adult when I was 2, except she and I were both hyperlexic, so that might not be representative of most toddlers. For some part of early child development, using baby talk is actually good for babies, because it's easier for them to process and repeat repeated syllables like baba instead of a bottle. This facilitates better communication faster. But people tend to stick to the baby talk beyond the point that it's beneficial because they find it cute. But at a certain point you should start using real words so your kid learns how to speak properly. It's all good either way, just give them the attention they deserve. The same goes for baby music. Us parents quickly learn that our kids can enjoy anything from the lark ascending to smells like Teen Spirit, and work those into the rotation as something like Baby Shark is removed from the playlist altogether. I did that with my child. And ever since kindergarten, all his teachers have constantly pointed out that he has an extremely well-developed vocabulary, well ahead of most kids his age.